Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It's Ryan here from the London Craftsman channel, as you know, because you clicked on my link and you know I'm the London Craftsman. But anyway, let's get on with the video. Say hello, Sean.
Hello everyone.
So this is what we are making today. The aim is to put drawer fascias and doors on the front of this unit, obviously. We've opted for this, and that cutter is this one here from Trend. I'll leave links in the description for that. Unpainted finish, but the doors will and the fascias will all have this look, albeit they're going to be 118mm spaced apart. If we jump on here, we've transferred those. I've used those measurements to give me my sizes, and I've drawn them in Vectric Vcarve Pro. And I've spun the two doors around so I get both doors out without wasting a lot. We've got sheet 1. There we go, it's flicked over to sheet 2. These are all the fascias. These are all the doors. So I've put two toolpaths. One is the veining. That is going to be the first thing I do. And other one is cutouts, number 2. With the CNC, it just makes life so much easier. I'm just going to show you my toolpaths. Okay, I'm going to click on both the toolpaths, preview them, and preview all toolpaths. And that is what we're going to end up with. We got a 450, a 350, a 250, and a 250 fascia. They're going on top of the drawers, and they are the drawers. Okay, we're in sheet 1. Select both toolpaths, preview. There we go. That's what we're going to have. Next thing to do is just get the sheets on the CNC. Right, so Sean came up with an idea. Why can't I get all of this done in one sheet? But I managed to move them over, recalculate my toolpaths, and get them all on there. Plus, I'll have space for a trim up there and a little bit left over for something else. I'll close that up, preview all toolpaths. You should see everything cut out like so. That's what we should have. So I need to pull out a sheet from there, slide it out, get it around that corner and around there. Sean, you give us a quick hand? Yeah. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Sean gave me a hand. Thanks, Sean. Right, so my spoiler board here is nice and square. So what I do is I just line up my sheet of MDF with this corner. Then I'm going to set my datum to the bottom left as I usually do. That is nice and lined up now. So let's move that CNC over. Now it's over. I'm going to drop it down so both the wheels are hitting. As you can see, it's just slightly up one side. With the Yeti, you need to do that. That's the way it works. It works on rollers. It squeezes the workpiece together, the wheels, top and bottom. Let's release that. Let that drop down as it is. I've made sure that the Z head is center when I do this, by the way, so I get equal pressure both sides. So I'm happy that is pushed down firmly. Put that back in. And then if I double tap the right, that will move all the way to the end for me. So we've got our sheet that way, okay. This is the way I picture it in my head. I turn it around so it's that way on my software also, which means the bottom left of my workpiece is the bottom left there. So we need to set that datum. We go into the file operations. You will see the datum I've set as the bottom left, okay. I've got my sheet 1220 by 2440 by 18.3. That's the size of my sheet. I'm going to set that dead in line with the corner, because I've already taken into account any tolerances. So now I'm going to press set the datum. Yes. So that is set now. Now we need to set the tool height. So let's move this over slightly where we're going to want to set tool height. So now let's bring the probe underneath. Z down. Okay, so just going to bring the heights down as close as we can there. Now we are there. I'm just going to go and press 0 the Z. Press that, and that will just come down until it touches the work, the probe. The plates go green because it's good to go. Put that back in. We've got our datum point. We've got the height of our material, but we just need to bring the file in now. All veining. Right, so with the Yeti, when you bring in a file, it does gives you about 1,000 lines of code, so you can kind of roughly check that you are doing the right thing. Yeah, so that's pretty handy. Just press play because my file is in there. I'm going to be using the router. Yeah. thought I forgot something. I forgot to put the hose attachment onto it. See the difference between no extraction to extraction. Yeah, so I brought that down to about, I'm going to bring that down further, 1500-ish mils per minute feed rate, so we get a nice edge. This is pretty decent standard MDF. I find that this is very good just for standard. It's nice and dense, it's medite, and the customer is hand painting. So if you are hand painting, then it's quite easy to get rid of any risen MDF. Spraying is a little bit different, but yeah, again, we still use this all the time and really get good finishes. That's all the veining done. Let's see how long that took. Yes, let's give you a thumbs up today. Oh, I didn't get to see. I'd say it's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. No, nothing special. But we've got our lines, massive time saver. So now we're just going to unplug it all. Pull out the power, remove the spindle again, and then we're going to swap it over for a 6mm end mill. That was the one, by the way. Very delicate. This is the one, again from Trend. Same collet, because it's a 6mm shank. Have that as low as you can without it touching the base of the router before it hits and bottoms out. Let's get that in. And this is how quick it is to change on the Yeti. Although you've got to take the router out, the spindle out, really isn't hard at all. Data cable goes in there, power cable goes in there. We are done, make sure it's tight in there. Probe, lower the Z head, and we'll just do one final probing because this is just cutting out the components now. Oh, by the way, I don't use tabs on large pieces like this. It's probably quite controversial. What I've done is I've screwed down the sheets of MDF from the underside of my spoiler board into the work in 3 places. The long length, 1, 2, 3, 2 edges, the corner. When the machine, the router cuts out that final pass of the panel, it's not going anywhere. So I've tried and tested it, and if you want to give it a go, give it a go. But recommended to use tabs. I just hate having to find them and then cut them off and then trim them, and it's annoying. And I found that they don't move anywhere whatsoever because they're held on until the last minute. Yeah, controversial, but that's what I'm doing right now. By the way, let me know if you do that yourself. I know it's not something I should be saying that I do. Leave a comment in the bar below. Just tell me what you think, if you've done it yourself, what techniques you use to hold your workpiece down. Okay, take 2. Let's load up the file, and then this one should be called All Cutouts. Good thing about this CNC is it checks for errors. If you've placed your datum in the wrong point most of the time, file is okay. Finish. Yeah, we'll press play. Router or stylus. By the way, stylus is brilliant. Got that. Need to do more videos on that. So I always leave the dust shield off until I see what it's actually doing, because I'm pretty new to this. Let's get a ramp in again. Yeah, happy days. Happy with that. Right, so that is all done now, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to pull them out. I'm happy that all the machining is done correctly before I pull them out the slots. But like I mentioned before, they haven't moved within the 6mm cutouts. And what I do have here anyway are some little 6mm blocks, which I 3D printed. Imagine this was a door, and I had to flip it over to get it in exactly the same position. Or we just slot in these 6mm spacers, and that will hold that in the correct place all the way around. As you can see, it didn't move because they went in really nice and tight and snug. There we go. So that's what you would do. Right, so don't take any notice of my steel toe cap sliders. Let's take the doors out, get rid of the waste, line them back up, and ultimately show you the finished product all lined up and show you why a CNC is so damn handy to have and why you should get into it. Let's get rid of the waste. I love that feature on this machine. Just double tap, goes all the way up to the other end, to the limit switch, and it will stop, soft stop. Sean, I built you a ladder. Let's give it a little hoover, and what I do, quick and simple way, is I've got another hose. Disconnect the existing hose that goes to the hoover there. Have my wand on this. Go to my console and turn it on. Now let's go and bring those pieces back, line them up. The biggest fascia, bottom left. Then we go for the next one up. They're going to be roughly 3 mil gaps. That's what I've allowed for. Well, that's a good sign, they're lining up. And then we've got 2 fascias, which are the same, around 250-ish. A couple of shims there. Small triangle door. By the way, this is the first time I put it together, so I'm hoping it's correct. Oh, it's looking sweet. Lovely jubbly. It's all done, Sean. What do you reckon, mate? Got Sean over to impress him.
Yeah, well, that's all good, isn't it?
He is, yeah. Yeah. It's nice. So we've got the detail there. So I decided to just continue the detail on that corner and that corner, albeit we've got a 3 mil gap. That needs to be there because obviously this is a door which is hinged this way. And we've got that corner door that's hinged that way. I haven't put a detail on this long edge because this is the finish. This is where the trim is going to be. I didn't think a detail will look nice up against something square. If I just put something up against it, it's going to look something like that. And I think if there was a detail on the door or the fascias, it wouldn't look great. So that long edge doesn't have a detail. That long edge doesn't. That one or that one. It's just the internal components and only this vertical here. Obviously nothing there. Just square cuts as such. But this is what we've been working on for the past 2 videos. I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know if I can improve in any way. I used profile cuts for everything. Forget about that bit. That just needs to be cut off. That's me and my toolpath not finishing it off. But I'm really happy with myself. Had Alex here a few times from Trend. He's like given me some lessons and taught me what to do. So without him, I wouldn't be here. So thanks, Alex. But yeah, there we go. Just goes to show that with a full-size CNC on this occasion, the Yeti 8x4 Smart Bench has done the job perfectly and pretty simply. So thanks for watching, guys. Apologies for the appearance. Today was a bit off the cuff. Just got the sliders on, so forget those. Not doing any major work apart from working on the CNC. I hope you have enjoyed the videos, the 2-part videos. The 2-part video. If you feel like becoming a member and helping support the channel, create more content like this, feel free to go to the section where you join and become a member. Thank you very much for the members. As always, fantastic for your help and always appreciated. Other than that, guys, have a great rest of your Friday. I will see you next Friday. Take it easy. Ciao for now.